Alrighty, welcome to Trans Talk with Kai, where I interview other trans people about their experiences and their pros and cons, trials and tribulation to their transition. I hope this will be a good learning experience, and even if you don't learn, I hope you just enjoy. So come catch a vibe, and yeah, let's get it. Welcome back to another episode of Trans Talk with Kai. Ironically, my guest today's name is
Kai.
Happy Father's Day to you. Also, happy
I
Pride.
appreciate it.
Such an
I
adorable
appreciate
little.
it.
All right. So, first question. How was it to carry? And did you carry during your transition or before?
So I carried within my transition. I didn't find out about her until after my birthday. Well, like 2 days after my birthday. And the girl I actually was dating at the time, her and my siblings kept saying, "Oh, you're pregnant, so take a pregnancy test." I'm like, all right, I better put that on. Took the pregnancy test, it came back positive, quick as hell. Um, I had mixed emotions when I first found out about it. But when I first seen the ultrasound, like my heart was like happy. Like the one thing I thought I could never have was while I was a kid, and for me to have my own now has been a blessing.
Oh, so sweet.
When I
Feeling
found out about
like,
her, I want to say 5 months pregnant. I'm not sure.
damn, it was
Yeah,
about a.
I was long. I was far along before I found out.
Oh,
Um, and the biggest issue we had was did my because I was still taking hormones.
yeah.
Like I had switched from the gel. I mean, from the injections to the gel. It actually did not have no effect on her.
Okay,
The only thing
okay,
is,
good.
she came out with a head full of hair. That's it. She got a head full of hair, and she's hairy as hell. That's the only thing. Um, but as far as that, my pregnancy was smooth sailing until I hit 8 months. Once I hit 8 months, my blood pressure was was getting higher. And they couldn't figure out why. Um, I also was gaining weight quick. Like I gained over 40 pounds within a pregnancy,
Dang.
which I guess is not bad because I was eating a lot and I also drinking a lot of water throughout. Um, the only thing is, I had to go back and I got induced with her. I got induced with her at 38 weeks. I was like 38 weeks in one day, something like that, somewhere around there. So the plus side about being induced, I was still able to eat up until active labor.
Oh
I think I was
wow.
only in labor. I was in labor long. Um, when my water broke, I was asleep, but I woke up and I'm like, I told the nurse, I said my water broke, and she's like, I gotta make sure. I'm like, bro, I know I didn't piss myself. Like I know I didn't pee myself. Like that's just something that you could tell. Like piss is hot, but when your water break is like cold, if that makes sense. So it's like I didn't know that, but like I just knew I didn't piss myself because I was able to get up and go to the bathroom quite often. I was still able to take showers and stuff like that. So you're well, and she's 40. She's 40. This is what she wanted. This for me to hold her. Look. I'm like, why she want it? Look. You gonna say hi?
Hey, little baby. Oh.
But
So,
yes,
how, as a whole, how is fatherhood for you?
it's a blessing. Honestly, it's a blessing. I had more positive days that I did bad days. I mean, I had a couple days where postpartum did creep in, but it didn't stay in, if that makes sense. Like,
I was gonna ask, how was that whole thing?
it was actually, and it was more so like I was just ready for it to be back on hormones type shit. Like, I was
Okay, so
ready.
how long after having her did it take for you to be able to like start back taking your tea?
So I had got blood work. I had her back in February. I had problems with my blood pressure after I had her. That continued after I had her, so I had to wait until that got settled. And then for me to get an appointment back in my where I get my hormones from, it took me like a month and a half. The longest thing that really took forever, in my opinion, was just dealing with insurance and getting my T approved again.
Yeah.
And I finally got back on hormones as of Friday. So
Okay, okay. Fresh. All right, I can
I
dig it.
am I'm happy. Honestly, I am.
I love that for you. This is so cool. And so like, okay, I guess like when you were carrying her, because I know like technically you're not supposed to take your tea while you're pregnant, but obviously you didn't know till like 5 months in. But
Right.
like after that, did they make you take I guess like any estrogen or whatever? Or was
No.
there anything other than or just stop the tea and prenatal vitamins?
So I just had to take prenatals, and I was on an iron medicine also because I have low iron. Before
Okay.
her, I was anemic, but the doctor said after I had her, I'm severely anemic now. I had to get a blood. I got to get 2 things of blood after I had her. Um, I don't remember much of the birth, honestly, of her, which is sad. But I passed out having her. Like I had her naturally. I had no epidural, none of that. My grandma was supposed to come down there and be my emotional person when I get the epidural. By the time she got there, I went from 4 centimeters to 10 centimeters when my grandma got there. All in the span of 10 minutes. So
Shit.
at that moment, I should have knew she was gonna be an ass baby. But it has been a blessing having her in that room with me, and having a black doctor deliver her made it even more better. Honestly, it made it way better. Um, I was up when so I ripped with her. I had a 2nd-degree tear with her. Um, I won't go into details about that because that was a little graphic. But let's just say I seen everything. I was not put to sleep. I felt and looked and seen everything. Even though she used
Mm,
Omicron, I felt it. I felt her soul and me back together. Now,
mm.
in that moment, I was like, yeah, I'm not getting her anymore. Now, can't wait to get one. I can't wait. I can't wait.
So do you plan on having more kids?
I'm not current. If I had more kids, it would be from my partner. I'm not current. I'm done. I fulfilled my goal.
Okay,
All
okay.
I wanted was one biological kid. If I
Well,
didn't carry, I was gonna have my sister carry for me. If I didn't carry, so for me to carry, it has been a pleasure, honestly. My like the doctor's office I went through for the pregnancy, it was kind of weird because I was the only male, and then I was the only black male.
ooh,
Yes, in a room full of women or whites. The looks I got from the clients was like, okay, it was weird. Like they was a little
they're trying to
they
clock
was a
into
little
you.
weird. Yeah, because the doctor's office called me like God, like even though I didn't legally change my name yet, they called me God. Like they respect
Yeah.
my pronouns and all. Within that office, only had one doctor that gave me weird vibes, and she was an Indian doctor, and I'm glad she did not deliver my baby. I'm so glad because she was like, oh, like she just gave me that vibe where she was scared to touch me. Like, girl, I'm not dirty. Like, if anything, I think you dirty. Like anything, but
Okay.
they made it easy for me. Honestly, they made it. a smooth a smooth process.
I'm glad because there's plenty of horror
Yeah,
stories.
yeah. And
So,
I would say even in the delivery, like yes, in the delivery they were a little like rough on me, but that's only because they wanted her out as quickly as possible because of my blood pressure issues. So, and the more medicine I was getting through, the more was going to her. So they didn't want all of that medicine in her. So I could understand why it was a little rough. But after it, they came back and apologized. So
oh,
I appreciated that. I did. Um, the scary part was like the one thing I do remember about the delivery of her was she didn't cry when she first came out. So I got scared. I thought something was wrong. But now that I think about it,
it was,
nah, that's just her. Like she's not want to cry. Sure, she's not want to cry. The only time she cries for a bottle and when she's sleepy. Like that's it. Other than that, I have a pretty good baby.
oh,
She is a daddy's
she's
girl.
so
I
much.
can tell you
She's
that.
sleepy. She like
Yeah,
she dozing now.
but she is like really like overprotective of me. Like when we was in the hospital, she like every time the nurses come in to get like to do blood work on me and stuff and check my vitals, she woke up and watched them into their lap. Like and then we got home and that sleep listen, she slept throughout the night. So she was
Oh,
good once we got home. I didn't have to get up every 2 hours with her when we got home. I said, okay, that's perfectly fine.
she's a sweet little baby.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
We love her. We love that. Well, this was a nice, informative interview. You are actually the first trans dad that I got to interview, so thank you for that.